Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my page. My page is about common sense. I try to keep it down from the nitty gritty under 10 minutes. And if it goes over 10 minutes, it's something very, very, very important. And not important to liberals, libertards, people who believe in God, people like to smoke, people like to drink, people like ayahuasca, people like DMT. So if you fit in with most of these categories and individuals, you shouldn't be watching me because I'm a very eccentric channel, okay? My videos are very eccentric and different. I act goofy and I act myself, okay? The only real alpha on the internet. But, of course, I'm going to do this response videos to give you an example, okay, of what Kevin Samuels does, okay? And I'm just going to give a response on how I feel about how he handles the situation. But other than that, let's go. Let's go with the videotape, guys, okay? If you have any comments, questions, insults, or roast, you put it down below. I may not watch the whole video because Kevin Samuels is long-winded. He's long-winded. You can see how he's moving around a herky-jerky, these movements and all that stuff. He likes to take his time. And I don't want to be sitting there all day to get to the point. He's not a therapist, he says, right? So you're going to have to come to a therapist like myself who has more experience than he has, okay? But, of course, I'm not saying anything else. I don't hate on his hustle. I'm just trying to tell you how he goes about his work, okay? Let's continue. Let's go on with the videotape, okay? This is a response.
We're not going to tolerate it. I disagree. Oh. No. Understand. What I mean, there's only one way to keep score with what men do, by who they marry. All men will have sex with all of y'all. They'll tolerate all of you. They'll smash. But wife you? Hell no. Most men will be like, because
the beta male was smash. The beta alpha male was smash. Okay? There's a lot of topics and things he talk about. It's just common knowledge and stuff. But let's continue on.
A man do about a situation that's outside of his control. No, if you're already coming into it with, let's be honest. Let's be real. Let's just have a real conversation.
Listen what I'm saying here, okay? Now, the topic for this video is on what are men good at? I list tons of things that what men are good at. I want to hear how he explains what men are good at compared to women. And he's going to be very long-winded. This is why I don't watch Kevin Samuels, because when he talks, he doesn't get to the point, okay? I get to the point because I talk less than 10 minutes most of the time. But let's go on. Let's continue. Let's go on. Let's see here what I got to say here.
When you were little girls, okay? Especially when you start to bloom and develop, what are the things you were told by adults about boys?
They horny, that they fast, cover up. Be careful.
Yeah, be careful around the little boys that they were.
And be careful of older men because
and then what were you talking
older men? What kind of
boys and men are supposed to do?
Cater to you, protect you.
So men are either a utility or something to be feared. You only look at us in terms of our usefulness to you.
I feel like it's set up. Society has it set up to where it's like both of people. They both feel entitled like that.
No, we don't. No, we don't. Men are told very clear what we're supposed to do for y'all. We're told very clear we're supposed to protect, provide, provide, please, all these other things. And when I ask what are women supposed to do for men, this conversation shows y'all haven't put a lot of thought into who we are, what we want, or what you're supposed to do for us. When I ask about a man, it comes back to what you want. That's the way it's been set up. And which is funny is because the very people that are being tailored to and catered to sound like you're oppressed. And the very people who are on the other side trying to figure out what's going on are the ones that, would you say that most women have empathy for men today?
No.
Would you want to raise a son and put him out in the world like that with women who thought, if women took a snapshot of the things you hear, not necessarily just at this table, but the snapshot of things you hear, would you want your son to be out there?
No.
Teach him something.
Okay. All right. Now we're getting somewhere.
Okay.
Then how do we change that? I don't think anybody's a bad person. I just think that we don't have these.
You notice how there was a cut. Okay, he had edited certain parts out because he's so long-winded. I'm like, don't teach him something. Teach them what they're supposed to be doing. But if you do teach these type of women, they already hit the wall. these women pay him for some advice, okay? But he's not a therapist. Listen to this, okay? And he's so long-winded, he's not going to even get to the point until probably 10 minutes. Come on, we'll see how far it goes so we can see if he gave them any advice. All right, okay.
Conversations. We know how to have sex, and we know how to argue.
Yeah.
But when I often ask women, think about your brothers or your sons. What would you want them to feel out there?
10-minute mark.
And you think about, how would you want him to be out there, and how do we change that? Because
talk about how to change
what
that.
men in your life do you respect their opinion enough to change what you're doing?
My brothers and like my father.
Okay, that's a very small group.
Yeah, immediate. It's immediate.
Anybody?
A lot of like influencers, like pushers, like the law of attraction, like teams and stuff. Like it depends.
Okay.
When
When do you listen to in your actual?
For every time there's an edit, you know there was some long-winded shit in between. Okay, he took the best parts out of it and extended it. Okay, I don't do such a thing. I am an actual therapist, anecdotally wise. An ex-Gigolo artist, fetish Gigolo, who dealt with women on the gynecological level, the babysitting level, and the masseuse type of level. And I record shit. I don't. I wish I didn't get rid of my strap-on in 2012. Okay, if I didn't travel, I would probably be showing you more videos. But I'm kind of locked in a rock in a hard place because I got my daughters and shit. You know, I got my Ethiopian wife. She was a virgin. Okay, brought her over here. And I recorded the whole thing, okay? But of course, let's continue on what he has to say, okay? You've been talking for 3 minutes. Didn't teach him a goddamn thing. Let's go on, okay? Let's go on.
Life that you respect enough to change what you're doing.
the men that I
Doesn't matter if they want to change what they're doing.
I like to get feedback from guys that I'm talking to, thinking about dating or dating. And, you know,
can you tell him what should matter and what they should
somebody
do?
you were dating.
To put it simply, anyone who I feel has my best interest at heart.
Would you say these pools are very large?
No.
Okay, so if we just use you as a sample size, women don't tend to listen to men.
That's right.
All right, and if women, as a group, have little empathy for men, how does it change? If you're not listening to men in general, if you don't listen to very small groups of men, how do you guys change?
Do I want to change?
No, bitch.
I'm sorry, I'm being funny. I don't know. I've never.
Would you want the world to change for your son? Or would you want him to be in this?
What is he talking about? This
Would
is
you
the
want
thing I don't like Kevin Samuels today, because he's not doing anything entertaining for these females. He's not writing on a piece of paper what they should be doing. They know they lost their virginity. They know they lost it because ain't no alphas going to deal with these type of females. No alphas is going to deal with them. So what they're going to have to settle for, okay, like I said before, I'm only going to let him talk for like roughly 7 minutes because it's very long-winded, and that's what he does most of the time. He's not animated. He's maybe a little prissy, okay? You know, like he's narcissistic, okay? A high-level narcissist. But this is why I don't listen to Kevin Samuels. You know how I don't subscribe. You see I'm not subscribed, okay? But if you want to see this in full and you don't like what the fuck I'm trying to say, you can watch it on your spare time. I'm going to put it down in the comment section down below. I don't do what Kevin Samuels do. I give definite ironclad advice to women, and these are the things they have to do. I don't do this long-winded emotional thing. But let's finish. Let's hear what he has to say. I might even go over 5 minutes with this, or you know, it's just so annoying to listen to him talk. Okay.
Your son to be trying to find a mate in this environment.
Yeah, I can't change the world.
That's not the question. Would you want to send your son out? Would you want your son? You want the best interest for your son. You want to send your son. So you can't change the world. So you're just gonna send him to whatever school, whatever situation.
The point is that they have to learn how to change themselves before they can do anything for anybody else. Why don't you just start talking about that? And the topic for this video says, what are men good at? He ain't even talked about what men are good at. And I'm pretty sure throughout this whole video, he's not even going to talk about it. Part 5, okay? So I probably got to watch the other versions, but I don't really want to watch the other versions because that's what Kevin Samuels does. He's not a therapist. But let's continue.
I'm not, that's very circumstantial.
No, it's very deliberative. It's very deliberative.
Of course, I'm not just
So we,
send the child out into the world, like, you know.
but
like
the
they-
world is this. So we'll send them to the best schools and the best churches and then this and that. But then when they get the very important thing of mating and relationships, I can't got nothing to do. The answer is y'all got to have these conversations amongst yourselves to work out your issue with men. That's what it comes down to, because you don't even listen to us.
That's true.
But the bottom line is, here's the ugly reality. You need us. Whether you want to admit it or not, you need us.
I admit it.
No, they don't. Women don't really need men. Okay, hold on for just a moment here. I got to calm
I
down.
woke recently. I woke up. I listened to the guys I dated and what they say, what they want.
But it has to be. But it has to
I
be.
soak it in.
It has to be more than just the guys you date, because many women will say, "I respect my man. I'll cater to my man. I'll submit to my man. I'll be cooperative with my man." But then you give the rest of the men in the public your ass to kiss, and it's the rest of the men who provide the security, the safety, the infrastructure, everything else that you need. The reason the world is as safe as it is today, and you can walk through Miami in heels and skirts and not worry about being booped over the head, is because you got security. What do men in this country, in this world do that's good, that has nothing to do with women?
That has nothing to do with women.
These ditzy
In a
women.
minute.
They do that.
These women are ditzy. TikTok. Right? TikTok. Wasting time.
I feel like men have provided a lot of, because I love a manly man. I love the essence of a man, you know. So I feel like men have provided, but that doesn't have nothing to do with women. This sounds weird, but like infrastructure or like a lot of like, I feel like of how
Are you kidding me?
a lot of things get taken care of, men do that. And it doesn't
That's
mean with
sad.
just women. I mean like with like every situation.
Women don't know
Okay,
what
what
men
else?
do in this world?
It don't have nothing to do with women.
I feel like everything has to do with women. So it's
He getting paid for this shit too.
Huh?
building structure. Building.
I could imagine how much stress he goes through. Okay, now he takes some good points and stuff and throw it at the female and see, okay, what do men do in this world? What do they do? Okay. These women can't even answer none of that, okay? But of course I gotta end it here because my family's just calling me. They need to talk to me and shit. Please guys, okay, and women, okay, if you want services from a real therapist who actually counseled women and stuff, you check out my credentials down below and we can go from there. This is why I don't watch Kevin Sam. You see, I'm 7 minutes, it's like lingering on. I'd rather just talk to women on the side, okay, and tell them exactly what they need to do and keep in touch with them to make them feel good and give them some morals and something to move forward towards. But in my past, I used to be a therapist to many women. And what I would do for them, I would keep in touch to say one step at a time. These are the things you can fix one step at a time, as long as they're paying. But of course, I know that a lot of women wants to pay this guy because he's popular, okay, and because of one viral video. But understand that he's not a therapist, and that's sad. But other than that, that's all I really want to say, you guys, about this video. It's not really a long video. It's just long-winded, and I know you guys love this guy because of gossip and rumors and that one video he became popular with, but he has no substance when it comes down to ordinary things. He's not talking about something new. He's not teaching them nothing. I'm out of here, guys. I hope you learned something from this video from me. And besides, I'm going to answer it for you. What men do in this world more than women, they're better at communicating. They're better at giving affections and loves. Housing, buildings are being built, toys are being built, like that song from James Brown, okay? This is a man's world all the way around. Men don't really need women. It's just that those weak men feed off the women because they ain't getting enough pussy, that's all. They don't have no standards for themselves. They wasn't raised by alpha fathers. And if you have an alpha father, you understand exactly what I'm saying. Everybody was once a beta and then went to a beta alpha standard. And you have to come up to becoming an alpha. But you got to hang for high-hanging fruit. Most of these women out here are unteachable. Okay, and if they're willing to learn something from him, they're not going to get it. Okay, they may learn a little bit of things, but that's just common knowledge. Okay, they don't really know exactly what to do. I'm out of here, guys. I hope you learned something from this video. Peace.